and Floor Models kit review time. Today we've got Bandai's new 1/48 scale Snowspeeder from obviously Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, absolutely fantastic, modified T-47 air speeder, although nobody's ever seen it do anything else apart from flying in snow. Absolutely beautiful box art, as you can see on the front, as we expected with all the Bandai. Got an ATAC behind it. God, I hope that comes out. They are, I don't know if I can say it, but I've seen this in the flesh, and if that kit comes out, especially the moving version, I'm going to buy 10. Simple as that, because they're absolutely fantastic. So I'm hoping before Christmas we may see something like this, and then it will go along with our Snowspeeder. So looking around on the box, as you can imagine, got a little bit from the film, obviously the model kit itself, what you can expect from the kit. Okay, your kit number for this one is 0196692. Okay, and then obviously a little bit more on the back about the actual Snowspeeder itself and showing it on its little diorama base. So in the box we have, stick this down here. Okay, usual thing, crammed, multi-coloured parts and all the rest of it. So if we just get our instructions to have a look at. Okay, so on the old instructions themselves, our usual pull-out way with all of theirs. Okay, so they've done it back front. No, they've done it. Okay, with this one, as I say, not too much with any of their instructions. They're pretty straightforward, but they're very cleverly laid out and done. And remember, it's all a click fit. If you get the thing with double lines, which you can't see, like this guy down here, it means it's a click. You push it till you hear the click, and then you'll have good fit. If you don't, what can happen is sometimes you get little gaps, and you're wondering why you've got gaps. That's why you've got gaps. Okay, so usual thing, making your way through this one. You're making the way on the underside. Okay, and then you've got the inner cockpit walls all going down in there. You've got decals and things like that to make up instrumentation on the inside of the cockpit wall. All right, and then you're just going to be coming along, sandwiching the two halves together. You've got your crew. Where are we going? We're going from one and across, yes. Crew going in. Then you've got their instrument panels, which are going to go on top of the crew right the way through. Again, you've got decals for all the instrument panels. Then you've actually got the parts for the underside going down in there, clicking those in, as you can imagine. The cockpit, as we'll see a little bit later on, you've got the choice of two. You can either have the studio one, which has got no glass, or you can have the full one, which does have glass, okay, or you can put the glass in afterwards. But it's nice options all round there. And then obviously fitting those on. You've got the units going onto the back, okay, and all the parts down in there, and then going on to three. You got the section, as you can imagine, going down in here where you've got the actual cannons that go on the sides, and then fitting the said cannons down into there, and then the parts coming across down and in for the other side, and then the laser cannons on front. Not tons for this one, if we're honest. Okay, then down at the back, as you can imagine, you've got the actual little deflection blades down at the back. You can either have them in the full stop, closed position down, or you can have them up. Tow cable, which is very nice touch with this one. So you've actually got a solid tow cable coming off of this one, so you can display it as if it is doing it. And then obviously we've got options down here, fitting it onto the stand, joining it up to other bases, and then obviously with the laser cannons on the front. Straight on the back, you've got just down here, you've got all the decal placements. Well, you've got quite a few going down on here, and it looks like we've got a bit more going on in the way of actually, you don't have to paint these, you can decal these grey blocks down if you wanted to, okay? Same with the actual figures themselves, obviously putting them in, you've got decals for those on top as well. So, looking pretty good, just as good as all the others we've seen. The decals themselves, I'm hoping in here you get 2 sheets. I'm not going to bother getting them out. They're very good, the decals, spoken about before. Micro sole and set work beautifully on this, or just a dab of X20A will make these settle down, conform. Don't use the stickers, they're nasty, they're horrible, and they're very, very flat and very thick, and they don't work as well. The decals work really well, and really there's no reason to use them. But if you are doing it with the kids, you don't have to paint this, as you'll see. You can just build it straight out of the box and let the kids put the stickers on and get them into the hobby. So, down in here, we've only got 2 bags. After just doing the Y-wing, this one seems positively plain. Okay, so down in here we have 2 sprues. So multi-part sprues, as we've seen before. So you've got the clear parts, and you've actually got obviously black on the same ones. A very clever way of doing it. I do like it. Now, things you're not going to see on here is flash sink marks and everything else. It's a very good quality plastic, as we've spoken about before, and as I say, we've got grey down here as well. It's very clearly laid out. Beautiful detail on all these parts, just looking around here. As I say, the Snowspeeder, not too much of it you see in the film and all the rest of it. but certainly it does look the part. Some nice detail work down here in the cockpit areas, as you can see. You've got the grille on the back, okay, very nice, where that tow cable is going to go in, and the areas, the rear plate and everything else. So that looks all very, very nice. The tow cable does look a little short, okay, and there is the gun for the actual tow cable off the back. So that actually looks very, very good. No problems, can't see anything wrong with any of that. They're plastic, we do have to mention. I've been caught by it. Just be careful using strong enamel thinners on it. The plastic doesn't tend to like it, shall we say. It can get very brittle, it can break. So just word of caution if you're thinking about it. Some nice details down here, a little bit softly molded, I do have to say, compared to other kits. I'm just looking at the underside. Down here, you can catch it in the reflection on the light. This under here is a little bit more softly molded than perhaps we've seen on other kits. That said, there is a slight deflection on all of them, so I'm gathering that's probably what it should be, rather than it's not. It's just it looks softer panel lines. The others have been very sharp, very crisp, and everything else, but these on here do look a little bit softer. Now, as I said, that could be because they're following along with the original studio scale ones that were done like that, which I imagine it is. I can't imagine that Bandai have actually dropped the ball there and started to take a few shortcuts. Usual thing, you're not going to see ejector pins on anything that's going to matter. They keep them nicely out of the way. If you do get an ejector pin on the inside, you're not going to see it, okay? But generally they tend to hide them under things. So like this guy down here, you've got two tiny little ejector pins just down in here, but to be honest, you're going to have something that's going to cover that, so you're not going to see it anyway. All right, so generally that is all very smart. Some nice details down in here as well, some very crisp molding done, extremely sharp, and it's actually even sharp to your finger. You run your finger over it, you can feel it. But you can see the Snowspeeder is no monster. It's not a Y-wing, but it's, to say, beautifully proportioned. Okay, and then next one up, round two. To say, this is actually one of the more simpler kits I've seen. The others are a lot more complex. They've got a lot more parts. Okay, so we've got the obligatory clear cannon parts. Okay, so these are those you can fit on to make it look like it's shooting. Okay, and then down in here, this is where we start to come to life. You probably see we've got some very nice details down in here, some very nice crisp molding, very, very sharp for down here in the actual cannon area itself, and the cannons themselves beautifully done. Can't see any problems with any of that. That looks all nice. This is that other canopy you can use for sort of the studio scale effect, i.e. it doesn't have any glass in it. You can just literally display it like that. It has got internal details in there as well, which is a very nice touch, and generally very nice. Okay, and last up, so as you can see, we've actually got the laser cannons themselves, some nice details on there, forward bridging, things like that, and then also you've got the figures, which do look particularly nice. Got no problems with those at all. They're looking absolutely great down in there. And then you've got the base, which is a nice snowy base, so it's not going to go along with the others, but if you wanted to, you could obviously multi-link this together with other things from the snowy scenes as they come out. Okay, so that is actually looking really, really nice. Again, you know, Bandai took over from fine molds. A lot of people at the time were like, well, fine molds are the best. Trust me, if you see these are far better than the fine molds. I've had the fine molds ones, I've now sold my fine mold ones, and I'm replacing them with all of these types of things because these are far, far better. The way they fit together is beautifully engineered. As I say, no flash. If you do have problems and things aren't fitting, make sure they've clicked, okay? Because I've had things in the past, you think, doesn't fit, click it, it all drops into place, and then you have no problem with it. But certainly as well, remember, when they click, they don't off click, okay? So once it's in, you're not going to get it out. So if you're thinking about building it and then painting it, then you know, just think about how you're going to do it to get things to click afterwards and stuff like that. So there we go, that is your T-47 Snowspeeder, or Airspeeder as they're calling it as well, from Bandai. Absolute must.